To us is a consultant surgeon at University College London Hospitals, and he joins us now. Khaled, I'm told that you worked at the Al-Shifa Hospital and that you were in Gaza as recently as January. I was just wondering, have you spoken to any of your colleagues, possibly at the Al-Shifa Hospital?
Communicating with Al-Shifa Hospital is very difficult at the moment, so I haven't had any direct contact with them, but I have had indirect contact, and by that I mean that people who have left Gaza, who are in touch with some of the colleagues in Al-Shifa, have had some communications.
Yeah, and what are you hearing? What are you hearing indirectly?
We're hearing that this is as bad as it was back in the early days when the Israeli army first attacked Al-Shifa Hospital and destroyed a lot of the buildings around it, but also destroyed much of the infrastructure in the hospital. So we're hearing that there are lots of arrests, that many doctors have disappeared yet again. So the cycle of doctors being arrested and healthcare workers being arrested and taken by the Israeli army has restarted. There are many deaths in the hospital, again, that we hear. So it seems to be a revisitation of what happened many weeks ago when the Israelis first entered Al-Shifa Hospital.
Yeah, and the Israelis say that they're doing this because Hamas fighters are hiding in and around the hospital. When you hear that, what do you say?
I go back to the first experience. We heard these stories back then, back in December and November, and there are stories that are repeated on a regular basis about the hospitals, about the tunnels, about there being Hamas fighters and other fighters in the vicinity. We've yet to see any proof of it. All I know is that the colleagues of mine who have texted in the past to try and ask about them and see where they are, several of them still haven't reappeared. And I know that because the messages I sent them have not been received by them, and there's certainly been no responses.
Yeah, and how are the people that are operating on the ground there, that you know, your colleagues, how are they able to go about their business, given what they're seeing and what they're hearing, the trauma that they're going through while dealing with other trauma?
Well, I can only describe it as altruism. There's no other explanation for it. When I was in Gaza, I worked with the team for medical aid for Palestinians in Deir al-Balah, and the conditions there were extremely difficult. The pressure on the doctors is extremely high, and not on just doctors, but also all the healthcare workers in the hospitals. Very, very difficult to maintain your work when your families are under attack or under risk, and having to move homes on a regular basis. So I really can't imagine how awful it is working in Al-Shifa at the moment, as it has been in most of the hospitals in the Gaza Strip.
Yeah, extremely challenging. Khaled, really good to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time. Khaled Dawas there, a consultant surgeon at University College Hospitals, London.